Back in September, there was a pre-screening event in Japan where fans were able to watch episodes 27 and 28 of the third core of the 1000-Year Blood War arc anime. From this event, we have had several spoilers and leaks which reveal that episode 28 is going to be unlike anything that we have seen up until now. Last Saturday, episode 27 had reintroduced us back into the Bleach story with a lengthy recap which had taken up half of an episode, but episode 28 is promising to exceed our expectations. In this video, I'm going to be going over all of the spoilers and leaks for the upcoming episode of Bleach, which is releasing this Saturday. I'm going to talk about everything that you can look forward to, like character interactions and anime exclusive scenes. Make sure that you stick around till the very end of this video, as I'm going to be talking about a special flashback sequence, as well as revealing the title of episode 29. We got really tired of the same old boring anime shirts, so we decided to launch Getsuga.com with the aim of creating designs inspired by our favorite anime and manga. We came up with designs that look cool and represent all of our favorite stories. Check out the latest Instinct collection, which features some amazing designs like this Frosted Heavens design inspired by Toshiro Hitsugaya, or this Instinct design inspired by Hollow Ichigo, and my personal favorite, which is the Heart design, which was inspired by Ukiura Shifa. Do not miss out, go to Getsuga.com and wear your favorite stories. Let's first go over the official summary for episode 28. So the summary says, "Stop YHWACH. Entrusted with this mission by Ichibei Hyosube, Ichigo Kurosaki and his companions rush to the Greater Soul King Palace. Waiting for them there is YHWACH, who has regained his powers of omniscience and omnipotence after 9 years of powerlessness. Ichigo, wielding his jewel-bladed Zangetsu, battles against YHWACH, fighting to protect everything as Ichigo swings his blade down to stop YHWACH. In addition to this, we have these following 5 images which give us a preview of episode 28, and the first is of YHWACH, and you can see the Almighty is active in his eyes. Then the second image is Ichigo clashing with YHWACH, and it just looks absolutely amazing, with Ichigo's overwhelming Reiatsu represented with this golden hue and YHWACH's Reiatsu represented in this blue as they both clash. Visually, it looks unlike anything that we have seen before. Then we get a close-up shot of Ichigo, and followed by this, we've got this really fascinating preview image of the Soul King encased within the crystalline structure, and this shot of the Soul King is very important because there's a anime exclusive scene linked to it, which I'll be talking about in just a second. Now the final image here is of Orihime, Chad, Ganju and Yoruichi at the Royal Palace during the confrontation against YHWACH. Now I have to admit that these 5 images do reveal that there is a noticeable improvement in at least the character art, with the characters looking very on model, and it's hard to deny that there is overall a very polished feeling to episode 28. Everything just looks so cinematic. I cannot tell you how excited I am to finally see this episode in action and to see a lot of the anime exclusive material that has been teased via these leaks. We do also have staff details for this upcoming episode, and it's shaping up to be a stacked one with Tomohisa Taguchi storyboarding, which is amazing news. Taguchi in the past storyboarded episodes 1 to 14, 15 and 19, and all of them were very strong episodes. Hikaru Murata and Yoshinori Odaka are directing the episode, with Kumiko Takayanagi as the chief animation director. Takayanagi has also been the chief animation director for episodes 16, 18, 23, 24 and 26. Lastly, the animation directors for episode 28 are Ichiro Uno, Kumiko Kato, along with Leo Kawamoto. These 3 individuals are returning staff who have in the past worked on the Bleach movies, the previous cores, and even the 2004 Bleach anime. Now, it's the moment that you've all been waiting for. Let's dive into the spoilers and leaks for episode 28. First and foremost, it's been revealed that we have a huge flashback of YHWACH and the Soul King in this episode. Now, this is no exaggeration, guys. Episode 28 is the actual beginning of Core 3. We're going to kick off with a major flashback, which will showcase the strengths of Pyro films. Episode 28 begins with a flashback of young YHWACH crying as he watches his father, the Soul King, sacrifice. And this, of course, is when his father's limbs are severed and he becomes the Soul King as we know of him today, encased and trapped within that crystalline structure. Interestingly, the image of young YHWACH from the very end of episode 27 during the poem section is actually from this flashback scene. So you can see this small image here of the bottom half of somebody's face. That in fact is young YHWACH. Now overall, this flashback flashback has been teased to be approximately 55 seconds long. Understandably, there's a lot of excitement as people are speculating that we're finally going to be shown the original sin, and once and for all, people are gonna truly understand the goals of YHWACH and hopefully appreciate him more as a character. If we do indeed see the past of the Soul King and how he ended up becoming this linchpin of reality, then I do think that it's gonna elevate the story of the 1000-Year Blood War arc to another level. The motives of YHWACH and his backstory were noticeably missing from the manga, and with these additions in the 1000-Year Blood War arc anime, is gonna make the final arc of Bleach one of the greatest in all of shonen anime and manga, I think. This Reddit thread by Arturo Plateado does cover more of the leaks and has everything here conveniently in this post, as the next leak is that the technique that the Soul King uses to separate life and death and to create the three worlds of the Soul Society, Hueco Mundo, and the world of the living is known as Triplet World. This name is shown in images, but we do not hear the Soul King speak. So apparently the true name of the Soul King was also revealed in episode 28. This episode also features a new interaction between Renji and Rukia, and there's also going to be a huge fight between Ichigo versus YHWACH, and this is the main focus of episode 28, because this fight is almost 8 minutes of original content that wasn't in the manga. Apparently, the battle between the two of them is going to take them across multiple different locations within the Royal Palace, including Kirinji's Palace, Nemaya's Palace, before they return to the Royal Palace of the Soul King at the end. Another point about this fight is that Ichigo is not going to use his Bankai. The episode is going to end with YHWACH controlling Ichigo to cut down the Soul King, and the three worlds beginning to shake and crumble. Apparently, there's a sequence of Yoruichi catching YHWACH in the wire trap, which is rearranged into some of the action scenes in this episode, and we get some more changing of the order of events in comparison to the manga, as apparently the Gote 13 meeting at the lab is rearranged, as they seem to spontaneously just meet up in episode 28, and it's very different to how it unfolds within the manga. And there's even more restructuring, as the Gote 13's decision to storm the Soul King's palace is rearranged to after Ichigo cuts down the Soul King. A gag scene from the manga where Soifon offers Yushiro pocket money is cut. Along with this, the OST song Requiem for the Lost Ones will play during the episode. Additionally, there's a panel from chapter 684 which is also in episode 28, and at the end of the episode there is a poem and it features Ukitake, and the poem reads, "I was once you and you will eventually become me. At the very least, let the burden of your soul be lighter." This poem, "I was once you and you will eventually become me," gives me the Blade is me vibes, but instead it's the Mimihagi is me with Ukitake. Now, incredibly, episode 29 is titled The Dark Arm, which of course is in reference to Mimihagi, who takes on this black, spiritual, ethereal appearance, as it's not a physical being. So episode 28 is going to be focused on Ichigo versus YHWACH, with Ichigo destroying the Soul King at the very end, then reality collapsing, with episode 29, the third episode of Core 3, going to be focusing on Ukitake doing the Kamikake ritual, as we're going to see the appearance of Mimihagi, which I'm so excited for. So as the Reddit post says, credits go to Ochiha and BBS Hero, as well as several Japanese fans who had attended the pre-screening event, which had revealed episodes 27 and 28 to us. I'm not too sure if we're going to be getting similar spoilers for episode 29, but I thought with all of this information, I just had to update all of you on what we can expect this coming Saturday. Get ready for a lot of anime original content. We've got a major flashback involving young YHWACH and the Soul King, along with a 8-minute anime original fight sequence between Ichigo and YHWACH. But yeah, we've reached the point of the video where I do want to hand over the discussion to all of you. What are your thoughts about these spoilers and leaks for episode 28, which is titled Kill the King? We're only a few days away from episode 28 officially releasing, so hopefully a lot of these questions that we have from these spoilers are going to be answered. Now, if you missed it, I did release a video talking about a theory from episode 27, which explains why Uryu's eyes had turned into this red color, why he had those Quincy markings around his eyes, and why there was a Blutvein pattern of Mimihagi on the back of his right hand. So definitely do go and check out that video video theorizing Uryu's new powers in the 1000 Year Blood War arc anime. And lastly, thank you for making it to the end of this video, and I cannot wait to see you for my episode 28 review, which is dropping this Saturday. A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.